We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They run here with the second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That was actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Right out of the gate.
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. Williams going to get it again on second down. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. The Broncos at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Davion Taylor there to bring him down. For this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Wilson. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Down to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They run it again with Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Come on. Hey.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call a no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Let's go now.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Oladokin on 3rd down here. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On the return is Cohen. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game. That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Williams running left. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll run it with Williams. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. And this is taken in by Hamler for Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Hey, check that, three.
Oladokin going back to the air. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now Oladokin, 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. at his own 6-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Wilson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Oladokin. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's Oladokin on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Oladokin. And his throw is incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Oladokin looking to pass once more. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Oladokin's throw caught by Pierce. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Check pass, check pass. Check, check, 50.
Again, it'll be a pass. Oladokun. And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll go with a keeper. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. They'll look to run with Taylor. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. They're going for it. Here's Oladokun. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Kylan Granson from 6 yards away. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Off the option, here's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as good running gets him to about the 44. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Shaquille Leonard, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On third down, Wilson.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. They try the left side here with Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. There he goes, right side. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. McLaughlin for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here first and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On the move past the 40. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 150 left in the football game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They give it to Williams, running right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. And here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
He's back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Denver, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers.